Welcome to Hilary Emmanuel Ministries, where faith meets power, purity and prosperity, and breakthroughs are born. At Diadem, we equip you with bold prayers, life-transforming teachings, and spiritual strategies to overcome every challenge life throws your way. Join us as we dive into God's Word, experience His presence like never before, and walk in His purpose for our lives. If you're in London, we invite you to fellowship with us in person at Diadem, 4 Pegamoid Road, N18 2NG. Don't forget to subscribe now and let's grow in faith together.
We are going to start by dealing with some unpleasant things we've experienced in the year. And the reason for this is so that we don't carry them over into the new year. The reason for this is so that they don't jump with us into the new year. So that's why today we are talking about what I call terminating with periodic rotating enemies. Terminating with periodic rotating enemies. That is, enemies that operate by timetable. Enemies that are programmed. They have their seasons. They have their time. What they have done is that they've created a rota for them. They have a rota for themselves. This one operates in a particular month. Another one will take over like a relay race. This one will run their own relay race, just give the baton to another person, and that one will carry out their own attack, hand over to another person, that one will carry out their own attack, hand over again, and when the year turns round, they start all over again. And these things, brethren, sometimes they operate and we see them, but we cannot put them together. We don't know why. Because you look at it this way. Sometimes you will see a particular enemy. And that dream will be constant within that period, maybe a whole month or a whole week. You will see that enemy, maybe for 3 months. And then suddenly you don't see that enemy anymore. And you just conclude that, well, God has given me victory. I've defeated this one. And then you start seeing another enemy. Then you move to that enemy you are seeing. Only for a while, maybe some 9 months, some 10 months, some 12 months, maybe the next year, that enemy you stop seeing for so long, you just see the enemy again. You say, how did this one come back? Where did it come out from? I thought I've defeated this enemy. I thought this attack has stopped. What they've just done is that one finished his shift and left, and another person took over. They rotate the attack. So another one will finish their shift and move away, another person will take over again. And this dream, sometimes they will be so frustrating, because sometimes you see yourself in your primary school. The dream of your primary school will repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat, and then you now start seeing yourself in your father's house. See yourself in your father's house. See yourself in the room where you were living, where you were sleeping, when you were young. You see yourself there for some times, and then that one will stop. You now start seeing yourself again when you are working here. You see yourself for a brief period there. Then you start seeing your neighborhood. You see that one. After from nowhere, primary school will come up again. It's because the two has been rotated. It has reached their turn again. They've rested enough. So they have come back for their own shift. And that's what we want to terminate now. So that some of those things that have been rotating, they will not go into the new year with us. They will not come up in the new year to start operating anymore. We want to break the link. We want to break the chain. We want to break the circle. We want to break that thing, the programming that is rotating them, that is making them to function in that manner. We want to bring an end to it. Let me show you how this works in Daniel chapter 10. Daniel chapter 10, verse 12. Because Daniel was praying, promises of God. Daniel saw the prophecy of Jeremiah. And Daniel was like, these prophecies were so clear. This prophecy said 70 years. And we have spent 70 years in captivity already. We should be back home now. And then he started to fast and to pray. And then something happened. Verse 12. Then said he unto me, an angel of God came through. An angel of God came through to him And the angel appeared to him, and they said to him, Fear not, Daniel, for from the first day that thou didst say that I had to understand, he said from the day, because this was the 21st day of the program. We have been fasting and praying for 21 days. And the angel was telling him, he said, the day you started your program was the day I was sent. The day you started your program was the day I came. He said, from the first day that you said you had to understand, and to chasten thyself before thy God, thy words were hard. Then we had your prayers in heaven. The Father had your prayers. And I am coming forth for thy words. I was sent immediately to go and answer your question. Verse 13. He said, but something happened. But the prince of the kingdom of Persia blocked me, withstood me. Since there was a power, didn't allow me to come through. And that power was able to arrest that angel for 21 days. For 21 good days. He said, 120 days. But no, do you know that if the angel did not call for reinforcement, that angel would have been either he stayed there permanently or he turned back and go back to heaven. He said, but no, Michael, one of the chief princes, came to help me. How spiritual rotation and spiritual battle transfer works. The angel that was sent couldn't fight the battle alone. He had to call for help. And another angel had to come and support him. And I remained there with the kings of, before he said it was the prince. Now another power again, the king himself. See, the king of Persia. He said, when Michael came to help me, it was against the prince of Persia. And as soon as the Michael, they also, the king joined the battle. He said, I remained there with the king of Persia. Verse 14. Now I am come to make thee to understand one time before thy people in the later days. For yet the vision is for many days. All the angel, this was Gabriel, I believe. All Gabriel was bringing was just information, not money. Just information only. Just to come and explain prophecy to him, that's all. And that's for you to see that Satan does not joke with anything. Things you might think that this is not significant, this is not important to him, he will still attack it. He will still attack it. So much that he can invest all the energy to fight the battle. Verse 19. So the angel continued to tell them and said, O man greatly beloved, fear not, peace be unto thee, be strong, yea, be strong. And when he has spoken unto me, I was strengthened and said, let my Lord speak, for thou hast strengthened me. Verse 20. Then said he, knowest thou wherefore I come? Do you know why I came to you? And now will I return to fight with the prince of Persia. He has delivered the message. He said, but the fight is not finished yet. I have to go back now to continue the fight. I just managed to break through to come and give you the message so that I can return back to the fight. Now I'm showing you something. And when I am gone forth, he said, something, take note of what is going to happen now. You know, before when he was coming, it was the prince of Persia and the king of Persia they were fighting with. He said, when I'm gone from you, lo, the prince of Persia shall come, which means they are rotating the battle. The prince of Persia will first fight, the king will fight, the prince of Persia will fight. This is how they rotate the battle. And now you can now understand why Daniel said something. He said they will wear the saints of God out. So if in that territory, the only believer is Daniel, only Daniel, Christian, praying and fasting is Daniel. And then these demons, they are exchanging and rotating themselves upon one man. Tell me how the man is going to fight the battle. Tell me how many years he will fight it. Even the angels, they have to call for help. So do you see it now? So the prince of Persia will start the fight maybe in January and do 3 months. And then the king of Persia will start again and do 3 months. The king of the prince of Persia will start again and do another 3 months. And then suddenly when you think that, oh, that God has defeated the prince of Persia, by December he will surface again. Because they are rotating the whole thing. They are going around the circle. The human beings also develop that strategy. It reminds me of what somebody was saying on CNN. One of the aides of Donald Trump then. He said, how do you want one man? You see, all of you will line up on CNN from morning to night, 24 hours, over 24 hours, over 24 hours, calling one person's name, non-stop. calling his name, negative things throughout hours, 7 days a week, to every round the clock. How do you want the person to succeed? So the greatest shift, the one will come and do his own shift 8 hours and hand over to the next person. The person will start from there again, 8 hours and hand over, and that is rotating enemies. They call that man names until they destroy him, and they don't let him alone still. This is how Satan fights mankind. This is how darkness fights. You see witchcraft, they are one. The whole witchcraft on earth, they are one. Darkness is one. They will build a network, the foundation, from the father's house, from the mother's house, and connect the network around the whole earth. And say their assignment is on this person. This one will attack briefly and go away. Another one will attack briefly and go away, and go again and go and rest and regroup and get more energy and come back maybe some more time. Daniel said that in the end, one of the strategies what we are talking about now, he said we will wear the saints of God out. We will wear the saints out. How will we not wear anybody out? Look at the kind of battle we fight here. Look at the nature of battle we fight here. Look at Friday night here. Look at the kind of prayer we pray here Friday night. Look at the way we are sweating. And how many years will we pray such prayers? So you now see, and if they now build up enemies, strong and stubborn enemies, terrible enemies, anyone you think they replace it, and then they create water for the rest. We fight, the rivers we fight, waters we fight, all kinds of things we fight. Animals, they are all part of the whole battle. Occasionally you come to like this, all you will see is snake, animal, all kinds of animal, cow, all kinds of things, and then you think you have wiped them out. Only after 6 months again, you see them coming back again. 1 Kings chapter 20. 1 Kings chapter 20. Look at verse 1. And Ben-Hadad, the king of Syria, gathered all his hosts together, and there were 32 kings with him, and horses and chariots. So he himself was a king, but he had about 32 kings. 32 kings, that's about 32 kingdoms, came together to fight against only tiny Israel, to fight against tiny Samaria, the surrounding Samaria, 32 kingdoms. So they gathered and they went up and besieged Samaria and won against it. Verse 2. And he sent messengers to Ahab, king of Israel, into the city, and said unto him, thus said Ben-Hadad, thy silver and thy gold is mine, thy wives also and thy children, even the goodliest are mine. Can you imagine? They go and tell Ahab that your money, all your money belongs to me. All your wife, except the ugly ones, the goodliest of them, the beautiful ones, they are all mine. Even your children, they are all mine. Verse 4. And the king of Israel answered and said, my lord, O king, according to thy sin, I belong to you. And all that I have will be yours. It is true you have confessed that you belong to me. Thou shalt, I want those things now, begin to bring them out. Begin to bring all your money out, bring all your silver, all your gold, all your wife, all your children, bring them out. So you deliver them. And I told and everything. Yet, he said, when you are finished, I will send my messenger to go and search your house. And they shall search thy house and the house of thy servant, and they shall be that everything they see that is pleasant, they will take it and bring it to me. Verse 7. The king of Israel called all the elders of the land and said, mark, I pray you, and see how this massacre mischief. For he said unto me for my wives and my children and my silver and gold, and I did not deny him, I handed over everything to him. And all the elders of the land said to him, don't mind him, don't consent. Wherefore he said unto the messengers of the hand, tell my lord the king. The messenger departed and brought him word again. Verse 10. And Ben-Hadad sent unto him and said, the gods do so unto me and more so, if the dust of Samaria shall suffice for handful for all the people that follow me. He said, let me tell you, all the soldiers we are coming with, if we collect one handful of sand, we will empty the whole sand in Samaria. That's how many we are. Verse 11. And the king of Israel answered and said unto him, let not him that gathered on his hand boast himself as he that putteth he was true. He said unto his servant, set yourself in array. And they set themselves in array against the city. And behold, there came a prophet, verse 13, there came a prophet unto Ahab, king of Israel, saying, thus said the Lord. Are you following me? I've seen all this going on to behold, I will deliver it to thy hand this day. And thou shalt know that I am the Lord. And Ahab said, by who? Who is going to fight the battle? And he said, you, Paul said, Lord, even the young men of the province of the battle, and you shall order the battle. Then he numbered the people, verse 15, he numbered the young men and all the people, 232, and after the children of Israel. And they went out at noon, but Ben-Hadad was drinking himself drunk in the pavilions. He and the king, and the young men of the prince of the province went out first. And Ben-Hadad sent out and they told him, saying, there are men come out to Samaria. And he said, when Ben-Hadad the king of Syria escaped on an horse with the horsemen, went out and smote the horse and the chariot, and slew the Syrians with a great slaughter. And the prophets, verse 22, after that battle, the prophet came to the king of Israel and said unto him, do you see what he told him now? Listen carefully, this is very important. This is an aspect of warfare we don't take care of. He said, go, don't go and relax, don't go and sleep, don't go and take anything for granted. He said, go and do what? And strengthen thyself and mark what I'm telling you now. And see what you are, be careful with what you are doing. Why? Because at the turn of the year, the king of Syria is going to come again. King of Syria, they don't think the battle is over. King of Syria is coming back to fight again. Now look at the method, how they are going to come back to fight. Verse 23. And the servant of the king of Syria said unto him, take note of what they are doing now. Their gods are gods of the hills. They started from their deities and their idols first. They say, let's rotate. The idols that fought with us in the first instance, let's change them. Let's bring another set of idols. Those idols don't specialize in fighting in the valley. They don't like fighting in the hill. So let's bring idols that can fight either in the valley or in the hill. So we also mentioned the case of idols. Therefore, they were stronger than we. But let us fight against them in the plain, and surely we shall be stronger than they. Verse 24. And do this thing. They said, this is the method we are going to approach in this battle. Tell the kings away. The kings that went, 32 kings that went to battle with us, rotate them, remove them, let them go and sit down. Normally, those days, brethren, look at these kings that lead wars, these kings that go to battles. He said, now, rotate them. Tell the kings away, every man out of his place, and put captains in their rooms. Let's rotate. Remove kings, let it be the turn of captains to go to the next battle. So we now see, if the children of Israel fought against kings before, in the last year battle, this new year now, they are going to fight against different kinds of enemy, against captains. Verse 25. And numbered in an army. He said, we need a new army to rotate. The army we have lost, we need a replacement. Also, horses, chariots. They don't that the enemy throw every kind of weapon into their battle. That's why sometimes you will see visions and they see horses. You say, what kind of vision is this one? Sometimes you end up dismissing them as jokes. God is just telling you that your enemies have rotated their battle strategy and they have brought in horses. They have brought in chariots. And we fight against them in the plain, and surely we shall be stronger than they. And the prophet said, truly it happened like that. They numbered the Syrians and went up to Aphek to fight against Israel. And the children of Israel were numbered and were all present and went against them. And the children of Israel paid before them like 2 little flocks of kids. So now they have now brought more soldiers. Greater and the size, in number, in size, everything. They like doubled everything. But the Syrians filled the country. And here came a man of God and spake unto the king of Israel and said, thus said the Lord, because the Syrians have said, the Lord is God of the hills to thy hand, and ye shall know that I am the Lord. Verse 29. And they preached one over against the other 7 days. And so it was that in the 7th day the battle was joined. And the children of Israel slew of the Syrians and 100,000 footmen in 1 day. They slaughtered 100,000 in 1 day. That time, battle was face to face with javelin, with sword, and all those kind of things. So it was close quarter battle, not gun and all those things. So they slaughtered 100,000 in 1 day, verse 30. But the rest fled to Aphek into the city, and there a wall fell upon 27,000 of the men that were left. Hadad fled and came into the city to the inner chamber. He still escaped. So when he escaped, finally how he met with the king of Israel, with Ahab, face to face. Verse 39. And instead of Ahab to slaughter him, so that next year he will not come back again, Ahab now called him my brother. He said, my brother, are you still alive? And I prophesied for them. That man of God came back. Verse 39. And as the king passed by, he cried. That prophet cried unto the king and said, thy servant went out into the midst of the battle, and behold, the man turned aside and brought the man unto me, and said, kill this man. If by any means he be missing, then shall thy life be for his life, or else thou shalt pay a talent of silver. And as thy servant was busy, and yet he was gone. And the king of Israel said unto him, so shall thy judgment be, thyself has decided it. Verse 41. And he hastened and took the ashes away from his face. And the king of Israel discerned him that he was of the prophets. And he said unto him, thus saith the Lord, because thou hast let go out of thy hand a man whom I have appointed to utter destruction. God is telling you, see, I marked Ben-Hadad for complete destruction. That's somebody that Jehovah God has given you the power and handed over that person to your hand and said this person must not cross 2022, must not go beyond this year. I pray for you that that person will not escape from your hand. Do you see what God is saying here? He said, I appointed Ben-Hadad for all that destruction. Therefore, the life shall go for his life and I do for his people. Was it not that same Syria Ahab went to fight where they killed him? It is life, not good for that one's life. Verse 10. And the king of Israel went to his house, heavy and displeased, and came to Samaria. This is somebody that will be rejoicing, celebrating his victory. There is no sentiment to these things. Because if we don't do what we're supposed to do, as the revelation is coming to us, let's be following it and be doing it like that. As the Lord is showing us what to do, let's be obeying him and be doing it like that. He knows what he's doing. Because the enemy is telling you to destroy them today. If you leave them, they will come another year again. One thing is clear, which many of us have come to understand now. The enemy don't repent. And they don't change. And they don't turn away. Nothing like, well, I have fought this battle how many years? Let me give up. Let me leave them alone. Never. They don't turn away. They don't give up. They would rather stay there and die there. And so every time of the year, every period, any program, the Lord now mercifully hands over the life of your enemy to your hand and say, destroy them, brethren. Please don't allow them to escape from your hand. Because there are some of those enemies the Lord wants to destroy in this program. So that they don't rotate again and come back in the new year and make next year like this year. God forbid. And why did they have to do that? Because he did not understand spiritual things. Because he was not spiritually in tune to what was going on. Otherwise, he had only 7,000 soldiers. They were like 2 flocks of sheep before the whole Syrian army that filled the whole country. And you were able to slaughter all of them. And 7,000 people slaughtered 100,000 in one day. Do you think it was him that was slaughtering them? He thought it was him that was killing them. Not knowing that he's the man of war himself fighting. So because he was not spiritually inclined, the only thing aspect when I read this thing, the only aspect I didn't enjoy the whole thing was the intervention of God. You say this was the daughter of idol. So we are going to fight today. And particularly, if there is any dream you have observed, the dream will come and cease. The enemy will come and stop for a while. After a while, you start to see it again. I want you to focus on those things now. I want you to target those things now. It's any specific thing, location, attacks, problem that when they come, periodically, they will come for a while and then stop. And then after a while, they come back again. I want you to deal with those things now. Let's close our eyes. We're going to cry like this, my God and my Father, where I have let go, and I have released the people you have appointed for utter destruction. I am so sorry, my Father.
Thank you for watching. If this message blessed you, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to join our growing community of faith. You've just listened to the sermon, but there are powerful prayers that follow. Due to social media rules and guidelines, the prayers have been removed from this video. However, you can access the full prayers and more life-changing resources by visiting www.pastorhillary.org or downloading our app, Diadem Media. If you're in the London area, we'd love to have you fellowship with us in person at 4 Pegamoid Road, N18 2NG. If you have any questions about this message, want counseling from Pastor Hillary, or wish to share your testimonies following the prayers, please leave a comment below and someone from our team will get in touch. Until next time, may God bless you abundantly and guide you in all your ways. Stay victorious.